time now for the first of our team positions, and appropriately we'll start at full-back. And we have 3 final nominations. They are from North Melbourne, David DENCH; from Carlton, Geoff Southby; and from Hawthorn, KELVIN Moore.
David DENCH created VFL history when he was appointed captain of North Melbourne back in 1972. At just 20 years of age, DENCH was the youngest man ever to lead a VFL senior team. The following year, North started rebuilding, and DENCH willingly handed over the captaincy to Barry Davis and concentrated on his role as full-back in the Roos resurgence. In 1977, DENCH was acting captain and had the honour of leading North to the premiership against Hawthorn after being one of the outstanding players of the final series. Such was the polish of Geoff Southby that he arrived at Carlton in 1971, made himself at home at full-back, and played with such brilliance that he won the club's Best and Fairest award, and with a club that had taken the premiership the year before. Few recruits had ever adapted to VFL football the way Southby did at Carlton. To prove his first year was no flash in the pan, Southby played superbly in 1972 and was again the Blues' outstanding player, this time in a premiership side. In 212 games, Southby has been a magnificent defender for Carlton. He has pace, judgment, safe hands, and is a penetrating and accurate kick. All attributes that have combined to make him one of the finest fullbacks of all time. KELVIN Moore has kept a low profile during his 226 games with Hawthorn. He's always been highly effective and relatively unobtrusive. Yet since he joined the club from down Frankston Way in 1970, there have been few more economical fullbacks in league football. Moore may lack the leap and dash of his teammate Peter Knights, but his job has been to stop goals, and the statistics prove that he's done so remarkably well.
3 nominations for fullback, and to announce the winner, Ron Casey.
The selection for fullback, Geoff Southby. Geoff, firstly, let's go back to 1973 in a grand final, which I guess you wouldn't particularly remember very well, but to come out after that dreadful knock and to play some of your best football after that showed tremendous courage. How did you do it?
Well, Sandy, first of all, I can't remember too much about it. I'd like to forget it, actually, but it's one thing you can't sort of live in the past. You've got to keep going, and I've looked at it from that point of view.
You'd established yourself very early on as a truly great fullback, and then when John Nichols took over at the helm, you decided you wanted to play full forward. Whatever put that into your head?
Well, I think John put the idea in my head at one stage, and I was keen to having a go at full forward in 1976, and I was glad that I had the chance of having a go. I wasn't too happy with the way I performed, but at least I had a go at it anyway. So.
Some of the great full forwards are with us tonight, and we'll be finding out the best a little bit later on in the program. Who did you find the toughest?
Well, I always found Doug Wade the toughest with his strength, and he was a fantastic player, and he always managed to kick quite a few goals on me, and Hutto and McKenna and Calvin Templeton, an excellent player too. They're all been great players.
Geoff, you're one of the Bendigo breed. When you do eventually retire, would you like to go back to that area and possibly coach?
Well, I've always had it in the back of my mind to do a bit of coaching at some stage, so maybe in the Bendigo area or somewhere like that.
Good luck in the future, Geoff. Geoff Southby, ladies and gentlemen, fullback on Seven's Hall of Fame.